big week. What's his name? Fucking got convicted for murder because duh.
I saw somebody's tweet. It really encapsulated it for me. That why is there a 4-week trial for a murder that we all watched happen?
Right. Like, yeah.
But it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
It was good news. I was expecting either way, to be honest with you. As sad as it is, I was expecting, him to get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause we've seen that a million times, right?
Right. It's mostly good because it sets a legal precedent for the future.
Yes.
But it does horrifyingly display what is necessary for it to happen.
Yeah.
So, like, in order for a murderous cop to actually be pronounced guilty, and I don't know what he was sentenced to or anything. He has to.
But he had like 3 counts. So it was like first to second. I can't remember.
He has to kill someone, obviously, who is begging for their life for 10 minutes with other cops around doing nothing on film.
And civilians around filming him.
Have that become part of like the news cycle and a big controversy. Have that become part of a movement with a slogan and a T-shirt and become part of that. Go on for I don't know how long since.
And the entire planet getting involved. People in Europe showed up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so all this has to happen. Like I said, fucking T-shirts and slogans and all this to get it to have the guy go to court. To have the trial be this big, to get a guilty... You know how many fucking black people were murdered by cops between now and since it happened?
Yeah.
That we
how
have
many
to
people
do that all over
weren't
again?
filmed,
Yeah. This was for one case.
Yeah.
That was this publicized.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare. So, yeah.
Like, that's some Akira level stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's good news.
Right,
all around because it's going to move it in the right direction, and I hope the movement doesn't lose steam. And I think it's a good, keep that going. Yes, that's the right direction. There is one person that I feel bad for, and that's Chet Hanks, because it is going to ruin his white boy summer.
Yeah,
brain just blanked out. Oh, my coffee just beeped that I set up.
Hey guys, look, I just wanted to tap in really quick. I just got this feeling, man. That this summer is it's about to be a white boy summer. Take it how you want. I'm not talking about like Trump, NASCAR type white. I'm talking about me, John B, Jack Harlow type white boy summer. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys can vibe with that and get ready. Because I am.
What?
Let me know if you can vibe with that.
What does that even mean? How do I get ready for that, by the way? He told me to get ready. What preparations do I need to take for him?
Do I need to buy more water or something? More detergent? What the fuck? What do we...
Because him and John B are going to have a not NASCAR white summer? What does that even mean?
Who is John B? Like,
I don't know.
When he says guys like that, does he mean guys I've never heard of?
Yeah, your name's Chet, and 3 other douchebag white guys with boring ass names. Like,
before he picked up the phone and recorded, he was like, it's gonna be a white boy summer. I really need to put the word out though. Yeah. They may not know. People do not know to prepare themselves that me, John B, and Big Gooch are gonna be out. White boys, they're gonna think it's a Trump NASCAR. Fuck, I better post. Hold on. Yeah. They may not know how to vibe with it. They don't know how to vibe.
But he does have merch, White Boy Summer, in that really aggressive font. That
like Affliction T-shirts.
Yeah. It's but all I'm saying is that's Tom Hanks's son.
Yeah.
That's Forrest Gump's kid. And maybe Forrest Gump, maybe he was born or conceived when he was in Forrest Gump. Maybe he went full Narnar, aggressive, and produced this person.
Imagine,
because that's the only logical explanation of this dude's behavior.
How, because how the thing that kids sort of rebel against the identity of their parents, and his dad is one of the most loved, just wholesome dudes there is.
Right.
So the amount of like punk rock inversion of wholesome and likable you have to be to accept yourself as Tom Hanks' kid probably is astronomical.
Okay, so they did remove the merch that said White Boy Summer or Black Queen Summer.
Like, imagine how many times he's had to argue with his dad, be like, fuck you, Dad, you're goddamn Tom Hanks.
But it was in this font. So you can imagine the shirt in all black and it says White Boys. And that's a pretty aggressive, like...
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Neo-Nazi, like...
Yeah.
Wait, why do we need to stop bait?
Who's bait? Is that another one of your fucking shitty friends, Chet?
Yeah. Like, do I have to stop baiting or what?
But no, White Boy Summer is a song that he wrote, and he's releasing it, and he's all excited, and just really bad optic timing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I hope he gets to play it at his bar mitzvah.
We probably can't play the song, but we'll.
I don't want you to.
I don't want to.
Let's just watch it and then react afterwards. We'll
because we already let Steven Seagal have music airtime on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was doing like old blues. This is his original. Okay, so to Chet Hanks's credit, he wrote an original co-opting Jamaican booyaka, whatever. And
reggae?
Yeah.
Reggae? Is that what you're looking for?
That's his thing, yeah. And I just can't get over the fact that it's fucking Forrest Gump's kid.
Yeah.
So
can I pop in for a second? Chet Hanks gets a lot of lip service for being Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
We can't forget he's Rita Wilson's son too.
True. Yeah. So
maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's his mother's son.
So
she's clearly got that hip hop soul and that Jamaican
also turns out,
to her.
As much as we love Tom Hanks, he is a wretched father.
Well, I mean, look at Colin Hanks. Like, Colin Hanks is actually pretty solid all around, but I also believe that Colin Hanks is doing that out of spite for his father. So, yeah, Tom Hanks could be just the biggest piece of shit
or he
of all
has
time.
no idea how to raise a kid. Like, he just doesn't know.
Well, he's busy. He was on that island for like 3 months.
Like,
he's filming Castaway.
Until he gets cast in a movie where he plays a dad who knows how, so he can learn how. Like, he won't.
That's a good point. Yeah. So like,
he can knock it out of the park in a movie.
Kind of followed in his father's footsteps. He's a good actor. He's in a lot of things, and he seems like a reasonable guy. He made that cool documentary about Tower Records or whatever. Like
that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's in that lane, but it's probably to seek Papa Forrest's approval, right?
Yeah.
That's probably that vibe, right? Chet is like he's at Venice Beach, just pumping iron and getting tats and like
I love the
talking about black chicks.
I love the idea of all these like distinguished actors that we appreciate who are charismatic having just does Meryl Streep have an absolutely wretched offspring who's out there being
piece of shit?
It's
like what Honey Boo Boo fuck is like out there, like Al Pacino's kid is like some Honey Boo Boo fuck.
Meryl Streep's kid is just the worst. Who should be a literal princess is the worst person. My coffee just beeped. I'll be back with my coffee. Give me one moment.
All right.
What's that face you just made, Dan?
I mean,
I'm struggling with my food.
I just feel bad for Chet because the verdict did probably ruin his wife.
Yeah, the verdict, yeah. He was like, I can't have White Boy Summer, but hey.
It's like, oh, damn.
I have a lot of tweets to delete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the merch is down. Like, I saw it the other day, and it was like White Boy and that font, but I think... he probably realized, like, you got
to take that down.
Yeah, got a lot of heat from the internet, like. But apparently, he's into black chicks. Okay, and that's fine. There was a TMZ thing, I think a year or two ago, where he got stabbed by a girl in the face. One of his girlfriends. Yeah, as he caught her stealing or something. He was making it a thing. So I don't know. Chet just seems like the one that's like not as talented, trying to put himself out there.
Power to him. I mean, he's getting traction.
Yeah.
Who is a Chet Hanks fan?
Yeah, who's the ride or die fan for Chet
like
Hanks?
who's supporting this?
Chet Hanks also sounds like a country song or a country singer.
Yeah, Chet Hanks.
By the way, go ahead and hit that donate button right down there.
Chet Hanks.
Chet Hanks.
It's a white boy summer. That has a different tone to it.
That's a completely different, yeah.
It's like the country song they changed the lyrics to put it in a Toyota-thon commercial. It's a white boy summer.
Yeah, it's a white boy summer.
Small white dick
Toyota
is what's for dinner.
White boy Yoda.
White boy Yoda.
Boy Yoda.
That's funny.
Down here, Len Dawson, boy Yoda.
Was Yoda a boy? Technically, I think he was.
Oh my God. I don't think it's actually Star Wars canon or Lucasfilm canon, but Cards Against Humanity, one of the cards in Cards Against Humanity gets me every time. It just says Yoda's what is it? Yoda's shriveled turtle penis or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like the anything that evokes in my brain.
See, I don't want him to have genitalia, but he does.
Like
He
just
eats
hearing
food,
those words.
so he's got a butthole, so he's got to have at least one of the other parts too. Like maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when he first meets Luke, he steals a granola bar, so he consumes, therefore he excretes.
Or is it okay? So Yoda has a butthole, but is the rest just taint? I mean, would it be considered a taint if there's not? Is a taint a thing? Is a taint exist because it's between two things, right? If you just had one of the things, is there a taint? Or is it just called something else, right? Because a taint is the term between two between 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like any kind of a valley is really a taint.
Taint's like a sovereign land.
Yeah.
Like that's what we call.
It's where that little ridge lives.
Yeah.
It's a little fertile valley. You plant
the taint is that strip of land where during World War I, the German soldiers and the American soldiers would play soccer on Christmas.
Speaking of Germans, let's watch White Boy Summer.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Like everything about that was wrong.
Yeah.
You can't call it White Boy Summer and then make the blackest thing ever made, but you're in
It's
with
not
Jamaican
though. It's
flag.
black. It's black, but it's like it's
But
okay.
it wants to
so
be.
You got a 6'4". Okay, here let's go to it. Okay, you got a 6'4" Impala, right? There's that image, but that was
There's
cool
that.
back when the Chronic came out, right? That was like that era, right? He's not. It's not even a 40. It's kind of a 40. He's drinking, which is come on. You're dressed like a cholo. What the fuck are you doing?
Right,
and then just because you're Tom Hanks's kid, you can hire a bunch of strippers and Instagram models to. But look, I like black girls too. Okay, I don't need to make a fucking song about it. You know what I mean? Like,
we need to revoke. How many Oscars does Tom Hanks have?
2.
Ooh.
He needs to lose at least one until he gets this reined under control.
Yeah, or at least like have it taken away, and he has to like, get it back.
An asterisk by it.
No. What they do is they remove an
Rose.
arm and then the other arm, like it's Oscar Hangman.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking Jose Canseco like Hall of Fame.
It's got an asterisk.
He was juicing her in this era. Fucking Barry Bonds shit. Like you won this Oscar, but you were juicing. Or your son was a fucking idiot. All right. Okay. Tom Hanks, Oscar.
He spells his last name with an X also.
Yeah. I gotta say, though, that shot where he was speed bagging the girl's ass with his face, that was innovative.
He also had the lyric, "Put some respect on my name," while having his name spelled differently with an X.
He was disrespecting his own name.
His father's name.
His father's name.
Pays for everything he does.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at this pragmatically. That wasn't even a song. That was a commercial for a T-shirt.
Which also,
he even in his lyrics said something about merch about to blow up or whatever.
It did.
And then that fucking terrible line is like, "I'm not a Crip, but you're about to see."
No, I was going to if half the reason your dumb single exists is to brag about how you will be selling merch as a result of it, your merch shouldn't be a plain white Hanes t-shirt with font number 3 and 2 words.
You get at the mall for like $5, make a shirt. Like they're clearly on Venice Beach. They probably could have just walked around the corner and had somebody airbrush that shit for, I don't know, $6. That's the merch you're doing. Like, I mean.
Really? And then on the back, you can have him airbrush Notorious B.I.G. holding Madeline McCann.
And it was the most fucking ballless, cowardly shirt of "Stop Hate," because that's a thing anyone can buy. And like his name's, you want to throw some sack. Put White Boy Summer on a shirt and try to sell it. See how well that does.
Well, he did, but that shit was taken down this week.
Right.
It was out there, but they kibosh on that.
It's like if my song, fuck it doesn't matter. You get the bit. I don't want to continue this line of reasoning. It's not worth it. We already know it's terrible, and I hate that we watched it.
I feel like every moment we're not condemning it is a moment we're passively supporting it.
I think that's the only thing that makes me want to like. You kind of need to watch Eliminate to kind of like cleanse the palate, where you're just like, I need to watch that trash to like make up for that trash.
I think so, but like there's just so much to dissect, but it's unnecessary. Like
it just okay. Let's put it. Let's give him some credit for writing an original song.
No, I'm not doing that.
No. He's better than Seagal, is all I'm saying at this point. In terms of music, right? I mean, he looks muscly, but I think Seagal at this stage in his life could take Chet Hanks. Just based on training alone. Maybe.
Seagal,
I think I don't want to have that.
This guy just has natural 22-year-old strength to him, whereas Seagal is a almost 70-year-old fat man.
Yeah, but he's also sparred and he knows technique. I think he could.
What's our size on? Because Seagal's only real advantage is he's a big dude. I will give him that. Seagal's
so big, but he's also trained legitimate over the years. So he's got. What I'm saying is knowledge.
I have zero respect for any amount of training Steven Seagal claims, and do not consider him a martial artist.
Yeah,
fair. That's fair.
What was this guy's name? Hanks.
Chet Hanks. Oh yeah, that was my point. Okay, you're putting an X at the end of it. You're obviously living off of your only fame is being from Tom Hanks's balls. But if you're really serious about going into the music world and doing all this, just come up with a name. Like just make it big, whatever.
Okay, so Chet Hanks is 5'10" versus Seagal's.
Chet Hanks is also 30, and a 30-year-old should not be doing what we just saw.
And Seagal, I might have to give Steven Seagal. I might have to give him this win as I look at it a little more. I don't want to at all, but this guy's really bad. Steven Seagal is 6'4" versus his 5'10".
So he's got reach.
He's big. He's a big man. If all he's got to do is hold him long enough to fall on him.
If he gets on top in some kind of like an armbar or something, I think
I'll give him the win, but I have to say it will have been. However he describes it will have been wrong.
I think it's a fair fight.
Because he'll be like, I felt his energy come in on his punch, so I clamped down and I swung it around. He'll have kind of bumbled into him and did this a little bit, and just he's so big that he's able to fight a rich guy who is Tom Hanks's kid only. Yeah, I gotta give it to Seagal, but I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw those judo championships. If you get within arm's reach of Seagal, he's grabbed you and you fall
instantly. He'll just do this and you'll fall down.
Yeah. How many times? I'm just thinking of what would be a day in the life of Chet Hanks growing up. Let's say, 10 years ago, right? He was 20, right? What's that Hanks household look like when there's a rift? Like, if Tom Hanks, what would Tom Hanks be bad at? Like, Chet, clean your fucking room. I'm Forrest Gump. God damn it.
Also,
I bet he's bad at cursing.
I bet
he curses like a church dad.
Are we going to let Tom Hanks off the hook for naming his kid Chet?
That might be a Rita move.
If I remember right, it's short for Chester, so that's not much better.
We're going to let Tom Hanks get off the hook for naming his kid Chester? And then him off the hook for shortening it to Chet as his way out. He could have just been James. He could have taken any name.
Yeah. And I'll still throw out there, could have been Tom Hanks, but it could have been.
All right, let's solve this fight right here. Give me 1 second.
I just want to go through a scenario of Tom Hanks. Yeah, how would he curse to Chet? And Chet's out in the going like, you would have did like blah blah, being all gangster and shit. In their nice like Bel Air like mansion, like he's yeah.
He also has a
booyaka, whatever at Tom Hanks. I just want to see that. I want to be witness to that situation.
In 2015, Hanks was wanted by British police after damaging a hotel room, incurring $1,800 in damages. He entered rehab for cocaine addiction that year. That's not even good hotel. $1,800. Tom Hanks stays in hotels that cost that a night anyway.
Yeah, that's like insane. A TV.
Like, that's not real. That's not 80s rock star destruction.
$1,800 is easy to chalk up. I mean, you go to some of those nice hotel rooms, you open the fridge, read the word water, and that costs you $750.
Right. Like I said, the hotels his family stays at cost that much a night anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, and he's gonna chalk that up to cocaine.
Nah.
Doesn't a mattress cost about $1,800? Maybe he just pissed the bed.
He shit the bed.
Yeah,
you shit the bed.
Yeah.
Bed shitters?
Price of a mattress and a dry cleaner. And a shop vac.